We are very honored, truly honored, to host guests from civil society, representatives from NGOs and from local government to such a very important event here at CEU. Together with you, CEU shares the dedication to social justice, tolerance and respect for human rights. It's in our DNA, and even more so, it's in our mission statement, formally written down, to strongly focus on the promotion of open and democratic societies, to prepare young adults to be active members in society and to uphold the values of democracy, tolerance and open-mindedness.
These last 25 to 30 years, there were many people and many institutions working on the field of anti-racism, and at the same time, the answer from the city of Vienna or the Austrian state was very, very little. After, for instance, the Black Lives Matter, where people had the feeling, this topic is extremely important for our community, young Austrian people, it was extremely important now to start a new movement that will help them to learn about anti-racism, to see what are the actors on this field, and also to start discussing the topic.
It's very, very important for us to express ourselves here in this first anti-racism exhibition and days, also for the people that are not affected by racism, because it's really important for them to know what their racism or the racism that other people inflict on others can cause, and they should be also aware of it in order to be able to support others in that situation.
Today we see that there's even though you wouldn't believe it, for a country like Austria, there are a lot of people and there are a lot of organizations and people standing up against racism, and I think it's good to see everyone united here in one spot and just to have the visibility of what people there are and what organizations there are and what work to do to give visibility to the community and also to all the organizations combating racism in their everyday work. So I think the message is that there is actually hope for Austria.
So the question today that I want to ask is, in which society do you want to live? Do you want to live in a society where diversity matters and is valued, or do you want to live in a society where right-wing politics want us to be separate?
Black history is history of Austria. There's nothing there's a Black history or an Austrian history, but Austrian history includes all of it, and it's important to focus on the activist side as well, to show how people have shaped how Austria looks like today.
The ideology behind racism is one that will eventually harm all of us, not only the most vulnerable. It will harm poor people, it will harm women, it will harm queer people, and all those issues are very interconnected. So I think we should all be interested in reversing racism in our society, combating right-wing ideologies, and standing together to make a more equal world possible where everyone has the same opportunities.
Be hopeful. It is very hard to be hopeful when, especially if you do anti-racist work, you're always confronted with all these stones, rocks in your path, and it's very hard to keep sight of the goal of this utopia that we want to live in, and I do believe that one day we will get there. We did so much work already, and there's unfortunately a lot to be done, but we have to be hopeful, we have to try to see the light at the end of the tunnel.